hey, we're going to go rock climbing, we're going to go axe throwing. Maybe it's something that you've never done, or maybe it's something you did 20, 30 years ago, and we're going to go do it again. We have several residents who would go to axe throwing, never done it, but they wanted to go so that way they could send pictures and videos to their kids, their grandkids, and be like, hey, look what I'm doing. And so that's really special.
Welcome to My Story, Our Mission. Join us as we explore the stories of Immanuel employees, their career paths, passions, and moments that define Immanuel's mission.
Hi, today we're at the Landing in Lincoln, Nebraska.
And we are talking to Tim Soenksen. Tim, thank you for joining us.
Glad to be here.
Tim, what is your role here at Immanuel?
I'm the wellness manager for the Thrive Center.
And what all does that role entail?
So our biggest goal is to keep people moving, keep them happy, keep them healthy, meeting them where they're at in their physical journey and just seeing what goals they have and helping them achieve it. So
Wonderful. You've been with us about 8 years at Immanuel, correct?
Coming up at 8 years in the spring here.
Thank you. Where did you start at Immanuel? Because I know you've had a couple different roles.
Yeah, so I started at Yankee Hill Village when they were first acquired and they didn't have a wellness program. So I was kind of put in there to make that into something. And so that was a fun, interesting time because I was kind of figuring it out as I went along. Rachel helped me out, obviously gave me some guidance, but it was fun making it into something that they had never had before. So that's where I started. And then they promoted me to a wellness specialist because there was a few more jobs by myself since I was a team of one. And then when Lee Johnson retired here, I threw my hat into the ring and here I am. So
wonderful.
And you have a unique story about how you first joined Immanuel. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I had just finished up a different job. I'd been working in sports performance, working with a lot of young athletes, high school athletes, and then even some semi-pro and then pro athletes. Knew that I didn't want to do that forever because it was working like 12 to 8 or 9 every day. And I was like, this is just not for me. And so my sister, Wendy, who works for Immanuel Village up in Omaha, let me know that there was a job opening up at Yankee Hill. And so she put in a good word for me. And yeah, so I got the job.
Nice sister. Good thing to do. I wonder if she earned that referral bonus on you.
I think she might have. Maybe that was her motivation. I don't know. She's good though.
And you come from a large family. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I am the third oldest of 9 kids. So yeah, never a dull moment, but we're all real close and we have a fun time. So holidays are always interesting.
I noticed that you and Wendy are in very similar type of roles with us. Yeah. Did the rest of your siblings or anybody else in the family take that same path?
No, not really. We were kind of the 2 that went into the wellness field and the rest are kind of spread all over into different things. If we were real smart, we would have had split up like doctor, chiropractor, dentist, something like that. So we were all taken care of there, but yeah.
So when you're back home, is it kind of nice or family gatherings having your sister to connect with and swap ideas about with you guys being in similar roles at different Immanuel communities?
Yeah, I mean, not just at get-togethers. I mean, I'll call her up or send her a message in Teams like, hey, Wendy, what are you guys doing for this? Or like, how do you do this? And yeah, she's obviously a great resource. She's been doing it for a long time and she does it very well. She is very organized. I would say I'm not quite as organized. I'm a little bit more off the cuff and I'm learning to be better at that. And so it's good to have that. And she's very, very creative because I think she used to be both wellness and lifestyles when that was under one umbrella. So, yeah.
Another thing I know about you is you love to travel.
Yeah.
You've done a lot of international traveling, correct?
Yeah, just recently. So in the last 2-3 years, I've had the opportunity to go abroad quite a bit. So,
is there something about traveling internationally that draws you to it? Tell me a little bit about your interest there.
Yeah, I mean, I just love being outdoors. I love seeing new things. I love history, and so it's like going over to Europe. You get, I mean, totally different places. I mean, a lot of history there. Just a lot of context too. It gives you a really good appreciation for what we have here too. I mean, very grateful for everything we have here in the U.S. But then, you go over to these places and it's like, we went to a pub that's been, serving food since like the 1400s or something like that. And so it's just, just different experiences, meeting different people. Everything's just it's been a real good experience. And we've probably gone to places that I wouldn't say are not typical tourist destinations. We've gone to a lot of kind of Eastern European countries, and it's been great. Just talking with the people there. It's fun just to see how we're similar with people, but then also how different we are as well.
And I think your role plays such a vital part in how we care for, our residents, in the sense that it's not just about their health care, right? We care about the whole person, body, mind, spiritual. And tell us a little bit about the thing you enjoy the most in your role, keeping people active, getting them engaged in that type of stuff.
I would say my job is to keep people moving as long as possible, keep them independent. Even at this age, they have goals that they want to go achieve, and we want to be there to help them do that. So just this last summer, we had a resident who was going up to Minnesota with her family, and they were going to do paddle boarding. And so it was working on a ton of balance stuff, and that was her goal. And we got her there, and she showed us pictures of her paddle boarding up in Minnesota. And it's like, that's a great feeling to do that. Or we have another resident who's she used to go on cruises all around the world. She's been on 3 world cruises, I think. And now she wants to go on the Immanuel Explorers trip to Alaska. And so we're getting her ready for that, and that's her goal. And so that's the really fun part is helping people achieve those goals and just stay independent, go be with family, and just do what they want. So
when you talked about the Immanuel Explorers trip, you got to go on that and you got to share in those memories. Tell us about that experience.
Yeah, so I got to go to Chicago for that Immanuel Explorers trip. And I don't know what I expected, but it wasn't what I expected. It was so great. I was there helping out, but I also just, had a great time. But it was seeing all the residents just light up when we went, to the museums, or we went on the bus tour and the guide was taking us around Chicago, and then them just sharing memories, being like, I remember coming to Chicago and doing this here. Or I met, my fiance here, things like that, just sharing those stories and seeing them light up with those memories, and then making new ones. So just so many great things that happened on the trip, and the dinner theater thing, which was really fun, but they loved it because I was put in somewhat of an awkward spot, and they loved seeing me squirm. So
tell us more.
I don't love being the center of attention, believe it or not. That's not what I love to do. And so it was, I was going to be called up on stage to be a part of it. And I was like, no, like, please don't. And so I never did. I never had to, but twice my heart rate spiked that day when I went on a run in the morning. And then when they said they were going to call me onto stage. And so, yeah, I was like.
So the residents have a sense of humor also.
Oh yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
They bring it up from time to time. So yeah, they joke around with us.
Yeah, I've got the pleasure to also join on a couple of those Immanuel Explorers trips. And it really does hit home that they are explorers. When you're in your retirement years, it's not a time to slow down if you don't want to. You can still have that fun. You can still do those experiences, and being able to be a part of that really is fulfilling in what we do.
It's great for us because we kind of go from the start of it. We have to go through assessments and see where the residents are at. Like, hey, we have 3 months until this trip. Looks like we need to work on our balance a little bit. So then we'll set up one-on-ones to do personal training with them up to that point. So then that way they feel comfortable to enjoy the trip as best they can. So it's just a fun time. And it's not something that I would have thought of working in this field that I would have got to be a part of, or that's even what it is. I think Immanuel does a good job of kind of pushing the boundaries and of keeping people young, or like we also have our Immanuel Adventures where it's, hey, we're going to go rock climbing. We're going to go axe throwing. Maybe it's something that you've never done, or maybe it's something you did 20, 30 years ago, and we're going to go do it again. with that, we had, we have several residents who would go to axe throwing, never done it, but they wanted to go so that way they could send pictures and videos to their kids, their grandkids, and be like, hey, look what I'm doing. And so that's really special.
Yeah, it's filling their soul.
Yeah.
Right? Making a difference. And them knowing somebody cares, that you're putting that interest in what each of them definitely need. What would you tell people that don't know a lot about working in retirement living and working with seniors? How has it filled your bucket, and what can they expect?
Yeah, I feel like for me, we're the fun group down there. I mean, we got to have fun. We got to exercise. I mean, we're always down there. My crew and I are just laughing, having a good time, and we try to convey that to the residents as well. And they also have a good time. And so, I mean, it's just, to me, it's unexpected. I would say it's so much more similar to just having conversations and just experiencing life with them, even if it's for a half hour at a time doing one-on-one trainings. But they teach us so much in our day-to-day, and then, we can help them and, I don't know, teach them things, I guess, as well. But yeah, it's nothing that I expected. I really had, when I came into the job, it was a job to me when I first came on, but it's so much more than that. I enjoy coming to work every day, and yeah, just working with all my coworkers. I love it, and then working with the residents. I mean, they're just so much fun and full of energy. So I don't know if people think that retirement community living is boring. I would say they're mistaken. We have so many times people are like, there's too many things to do. And I'd say that's a good problem. So,
yeah, I loved, you mentioned experience life with them. And that's I think evident in every job, every person that we talk with. So Tim, really want to thank you for taking the time to talk with us and share what makes your role and what makes your career here at Immanuel so special.
Awesome.
Thanks, Tim.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Stay tuned each month as we explore more stories of Immanuel employees, their career paths, passions, and moments that define Immanuel's mission.